You know, well, I'm a chicken fried. A cold beer on a Friday night. A pair of jeans that fit just right. And the radio.
Whoa. Sorry, we just ruined that. Hey, everybody.
You did ruin it.
Welcome to Fried. It's
Happy
Friday.
Friday.
Happy Friday. So I'm John Reap, and
I'm Sarah Tiana.
And we're your hosts. And we just have a blast doing this podcast. Thank you for listening. We're trying things out here. We like to start off with a little personal question to get to know each other. That way you get to know us without us just throwing out our resume.
Again, John and I have known each other for a long time, but we don't know each other.
Right, exactly.
That
helps any.
That's what happens a lot in comedy. Like, you know people, but you don't know a lot about them.
You just see them for maybe an hour or so at a comedy store. And other than that, we're ships passing in the night.
Yeah, always.
So I feel like, like you said, even though we know each other, we don't know each other. So.
Right.
And we're going to get to know each other. So.
Which, we kind of get to hang out every once in a while if we do similar gigs. So that was what my question to you this week was going to be, was what is the last country that you visited?
Well, I think it might be the last country you were in as well.
What?
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada. Yeah, we were up there for the Montreal Just for Laughs Festival, and I didn't even know you were going to be there when I bumped into you.
You didn't?
No, because we hadn't talked about it. I mean, we hadn't talked in a while.
I don't tell you everything. I forget.
Did you know I was going to be there?
Yeah, because you were on my itinerary, because you were the host of the show that I was one of the shows that I was on.
So you knew I was going to host that.
But I
one.
just knew the day before.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's not
exactly.
Like I knew for weeks.
Well, I got with your agency recently.
Yes, you got with them.
Because of that.
You dirty.
Why I hooked up. Every damn one of them. It was a great weekend.
Oh, because of that. That's what.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Oh.
This was last minute for me. So I had just recently got with WME.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're at. Mm-hmm. This is all inside talk, but yeah. So they made that happen.
My question was not what agency are you with, John?
Yours.
Well, what about before that? Where were you? Have you been to another country this year?
Oh, I was in London.
What?
Well, that's not the country. That's the city. But I was in England.
Oh, that's right.
Great
Yeah,
Britain.
I just completely was like, oh yeah, London.
The country London.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was amazing. Yeah.
I once said the country of Africa, and I was like, oh, that's a continent.
Oh, it's not a country too?
I don't.
Is there not one?
No, there's lots of different countries within the continent.
Yeah. What's your favorite country in Africa?
My favorite.
Swaziland. That's my favorite one.
Swaziland.
Yep. Look it up. Am I right, Aaron? Yes.
Djibouti.
I only remember that because in the 7th grade, we watched this documentary on Swaziland, and gourds was a funny word to us at that age. And we would call people's heads gourds from then on.
Have you been to Africa before?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I've been to 3 or 4 countries in Africa.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh, you do a lot of USO tours.
I went to Djibouti.
That's my new favorite.
Djibouti. It starts with a D and it ends with a booty, which I just think is the greatest name for a country in Africa.
It totally
Because there's
is.
lots of things in Africa that start with a D and end with a booty. There are some beautiful people over there. And yeah, it was awful. I tell a joke about it in my act because it was 120 degrees and humid every day. It's like Houston, Texas, but with way less black people. Have you ever been to Houston? Yeah. Djibouti. But I think Morocco.
Never been.
Was maybe
You've been to way more
favorite.
countries than I have.
I've been to like 27, yeah. I used to travel by myself, too. I would always take my Sky Miles and just travel to... I went to Istanbul by myself.
Oh, that's the one that used to be Constantinople?
It did. Good job.
I know the song.
Because of the song? Oh, my gosh. Okay, so what were you doing?
I was in London. Well, it started with my friend/assistant. Mm-hmm. Really just a friend who waters my plants when I'm gone and checks my mail. Wanted to go see Phil Collins. She's a huge Phil Collins fan.
Wow, it's something in the air tonight.
Yeah, I could feel that coming.
Yeah, maybe one of the best drum solos in the world.
Well, we were worried because there was just these terrorist attacks that have been going on in London. The Ariana Grande thing happened.
Ariel Grande?
Mm-hmm. What did I say?
What's her name?
Rewind the tape. Ariana Grande?
Doesn't matter.
I got it right that time.
She's ridiculous.
Well, that whole thing happened over there, so we were worried that something like that might happen. But and if they did, I was thinking that if they were smart terrorists, they would time it so that each explosion took off in that drum. Boom, 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 right? And everyone's dead.
Oh, man.
But no, that did not happen, thank God. We went to go see Phil Collins in Hyde Park. So that's my first time over there.
Your first time in Hyde Park or
First time
in a park?
London. No, I was born in a park.
Well, I believe it.
I want to die there. I feel like I belong in a park, like in a tree house.
I feel like a zoo is more your vibe.
Okay.
Barn, kennel.
Outdoorsiness. Well, so I'd never been. We went to go see Phil Collins, and that was awesome. But we did all kinds of other things too. We went to see Stonehenge, and we went to.
What's that like? Because I haven't seen I've been to London a couple times. I haven't seen Stonehenge.
Well, it's a little drive. It's like an hour or
It's
two
an hour,
away, and rented a car. And then they drive different
on
over
the.
there. Yeah, and
Did
then
you
roundabouts.
Get a truck? Oh, the roundabouts are kind of confused. Big Ben Parliament.
Yeah, that
For
happens.
vacation,
But
European
it's actually a
vacation.
very efficient way of having traffic just go better.
Oh yeah.
But
You ever
if you're
done-
on the other side of the road doing it, that part is
Yeah,
difficult.
that's gotta be confusing.
Yeah, because if I'm just sitting there and I know it's a stop sign or a light and it turns red, okay, now I know to do. But if there's other people coming in the mix and it's a big circle, everyone's going at the same time, you're like, so that's very, very scary. But I didn't drive. I made Shannon drive the whole time.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. I was like, she goes, I've done this before. Like, well, then you're driving the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
So we went to
when you went to Stonehenge, did you put your hands on it like Chevy Chase did in European vacation?
I wanted to real bad, but they have these little ropes up. Yeah. No, they have ropes up now. You can't even get to it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you couldn't like write your name on it?
No. Yeah, I mean, the closest, it'd be like from here, it'd be like, I don't know, like 30 yards away is as close as you can get.
Isn't it like they don't know how it formed? Is that
Right.
no?
They don't know how it formed. I'd like to, yes.
Well, tell me.
Oh, well, here's the history.
I don't know anything about it except
Well,
that
you
people
would think that I would
aliens did
too,
it.
but I was more of like, just like, I wanted to.
You were just more sick from the car ride.
That, yeah, I was very dizzy, that roundabout. And no, I think it was, they're not 100% sure how it got there.
How do you think they got there?
There's different theories on this.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people want to say aliens, which I don't believe that. Some people say, and I already forgot, druids. It was the druids.
Oh, like the human civilization?
I guess. I'm not sure what the druids is. Or, that's plural. I forgot. I once knew and I forgot. But they have a nice little museum there that you can learn all this stuff, and I just decided to take funny pictures.
So you didn't read any of the
I ain't gonna
information?
go there and do no reading.
Oh, okay.
I can look it up online when I'm done.
What do you... See, my only problem with London is I don't feel like the food is that good. Like, the fish and chips is good.
No.
That's about it.
Now, food, they have everything over there now. I had so much good food over there. I took
What do you
pictures.
mean everything?
Well, it's just like New York.
Like a
It's London.
steakhouse?
Yeah, anything you want. They got every fast food restaurant we have. I mean, they got everything.
I know Indian food over there is
They
really
have
good.
a lot of Indian food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was cool. Since I happened to be at Stonehenge on the 4th of July.
Oh, interesting.
So I felt bad, because I wasn't
were waving
here
in the
celebrating it. But I was over there rubbing it in their face. And there's a picture that I want you to look up on my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I got 4th of July socks. It's red, white, and blue, stars and stripes socks. And I'm wearing jean shorts.
Jorts.
I got my socks pulled up to my knees, and I've got like a red flannel shirt on. And there's pictures of me just jumping in the air in front of Stonehenge, like rubbing
Amazing.
their face, America,
Right.
But it's funny because I didn't want to be that kind of ugly American, so just for the picture, I put the socks back down. And I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But we had a good time. Yeah. What were you doing
That's
for the
fun.
4th of July?
I went to Washington, D.C., actually.
Our nation's
I wanted to see the
capital.
fireworks there. Because last year I went to Lake Tahoe, which is it's like one of the top 10 places, and so is D.C. So my boyfriend and I were like, well, let's go see some cool fireworks. And we went to a baseball game because I'd never been to a national stadium.
Wow.
And then drove down to Savannah from there because
okay.
Savannah's pretty cool
It
old
is.
town, which everything there is from the 1700s.
Right.
A lot of British bars and,
Yeah.
because they were one of the first ones over.
So you did a whole trip of like.
Yeah, we did like a drive trip, like a
Okay.
scenic driving
Well, that's
tour.
cool.
Tour. But what was weird was like
Did you
there
like the
was
fireworks?
probably 500,000 people and they had there. It was very organized. But when you were leaving, we decided to walk we were between the monument and the Capitol, and then there's between the monument and the Lincoln Memorial, and I guess that was really the place to be because the whole time they were doing the fireworks, I was like, "There's no music." You know how?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
They'll have
fireworks
some that
without
go-
music? It
they're
is
like-
very boring.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
You
how big
forget
they are.
that used to be that way, though.
I know. So
Music wasn't always part of it.
I started
mean-
playing some songs on my iPhone just to kind of get in the spirit.
You're
But
like
yeah.
trying to time each explosion with and the rocket's red glare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need those. You need those little moments. But
So,
no.
well, I'm surprised they didn't have it timed out to music. That's supposed to be some of the biggest fireworks for the 4th of July is in Washington, D.C., right?
Yeah,
It's the one they air on
apparently.
TV and stuff.
Yeah, it's a whole.
Oh, so you're saying you were just in a bad section where you couldn't hear the
guess
band.
so. Like when we were in Lake Tahoe, you could tune in to the radio station, and the radio station was playing the song that the fireworks were choreographed to.
That's pretty
But
cool.
apparently they don't do that. So next year maybe I will go to New York because I heard the ones in New York are pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's
Out
cool.
by the Statue of Liberty.
Both of us on trips on the
Look
4th.
at us traveling.
Yeah.
Just-
I'm over there rubbing it in the face, and you're over here celebrating it in our nation's capital.
I was
That's good. We're
in
good
France
Americans.
once for 4th of July, and they had a lot of American flags up actually,
Yeah.
which was really nice.
I got little comments on my socks every now and then as I'm walking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I heard people like pointing and laughing at me. I heard one guy just go Trump. I was like, I went fantastic. You know, but it was a good trip over there. What else did I do? I went and saw. I went to a comedy store in London.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, and they do it different,
different
over there.
there, yeah.
But you know Matt Kirshen.
Yes.
So he knew some guys from there and told him I was coming. So you know I got
And
special
how did
treatment.
your comedy translate in?
No, I didn't do
London?
stand-up.
Oh, you didn't. You just went to
No,
go
I
watch.
just went to hang out and rub elbows, and I said I'm available if you need me. They're
Have
like,
you
who
done-
are you again?
See, I've done those festivals in like Australia
Yeah.
and Edinburgh, and like my comedy
Is it
does
hard-
not
harder?
translate that well. It's also like they use different words. Here's a crazy story. So I don't know if you noticed, but I wear a fanny pack all the time,
Yeah, I like that.
and yeah, because I'm OG, right? I'm the original. I don't know. So, but I've worn them actually for a long time before they were back popular again, which
Right.
they're kind of making a comeback because lots of cool companies have made good ones. And what I didn't realize is the word fanny in the UK means the P word in the vagina. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the dirty
Yeah.
vagina word.
Well, that would make more sense over there, I guess.
I
'Cause
guess,
you're
right?
wearing it, you're wearing it in the front.
But I didn't know. I did not know what that word meant.
Oh, right.
So
oh,
I'm
that's
like
hilarious.
going to Scotland. I'm walking through customs, and they're like, "Can we see your passport?" And I'm like, "Let me dig it out of my fanny." Right? And I am just reaching down the front. They can't. They can only
Yes.
see you from your shoulders up. So I'm pulling other things out and setting them up on the counter. Like, oh, how did that pen get in there?
In my fanny.
In my fanny. Oh, so much stuff in here.
Oh, that's funny.
And for 3 days, I was saying stuff like that before I realized. They also say torch,
It's a-
which is
it's
the
a
flashlight.
flashlight, right, right.
Torch. My favorite Australian word that they say is professor.
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 Oh, you do that good. You got a good Australian
Thank
accent.
you. Well, actually, Australians and Southerners, we both talk in the back of our mouths.
Yeah.
So it was pretty.
Yeah, it's sort of like the outcasts of, like that
Southerners.
island was for prisoners.
Yeah, oh, I know.
And we're the South.
Which we're
so-
just prisoners of the United States anyway.
Right. So that makes sense. But we get along with Australia.
Yeah, everybody thinks
Yeah.
nobody really wants to come visit except maybe once a year.
Right.
Like a total jail.
I want to go so bad to Australia.
I think you'd fit in down there.
I'd like to try it. I watched the stand up in London and figured like, okay, if I just switch a couple words around
Mm-hmm.
and acknowledged that this is obvious, I'm not from here. Just bear with
Yeah.
me. That they'll at least hear
Australia
you out.
was easier to do stand up in than Edinburgh, that's for sure.
Where's Edinburgh?
Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be tough.
Now see, Nate Bargatze is in Ireland right now.
I
So
saw
Nate
that.
Nate is in the Netflix special with John and I.
That's right.
We
the one
allowed
that
him
you
in.
saw last week.
Hopefully.
Yeah. If you're not, it's probably still there
It should
on
be
Netflix.
still on.
Oh, how long do you think it'll be on? How long does things don't normally last on Netflix?
I don't know.
That'd be interesting to know. What if it's just one day?
I think Everything's usually on there for a year, right? One day. Come on.
I'm
Reed.
kidding. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it yet, go to Netflix, get a password from your neighbor.
It's important to watch things.
Yeah.
Which makes me remember that your mother, Miss
Oh,
Betty Boo.
That's right. Wait, before we get to that,
Oh,
I want to do one more thing.
okay.
This passport situation, trying to get back into London
Uh-huh.
with the global entry.
Oh, you have a global entry. Me
You know what that
too.
is? You know what that is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for those you don't know, you can go to the airport.
It's TSA PreCheck International, basically.
Correct. Exactly. You go there, they interview you, and they vet you.
They do
And
FBI
then-
background check.
And then that means from now on, when you're going through the airport, you get the pre-check, and then and when you go in another country and back, there's a whole other little fast pass line that you can go through. So I did that, and
Yeah,
I
you
forgot
did.
that you're not allowed to have someone come up to the front of the line with you. And my friend Shannon, she doesn't have the global entry, but I'm like, just stay with me.
Hey, I got
pretend,
you.
Just pretend that you're my girlfriend
Just
or
follow
something.
me
We'll
here.
just figure this out together. And she's like, all right. I do the thing, and I walk up there, and I'm like, hello, global entry, blah, blah, blah. Here's my passport. Here's the thing. He's like, oh, who's this? I'm like, oh, it's my friend, girlfriend.
My plus
girlfriend. Yeah, my plus one. And he goes, oh, it's not you guys. Oh, sorry. And he takes the card. He goes, I got to take this now.
What?
I have to take it. I
he
can't give it
took
back to
your-
you.
Wait, he took the global entry
He-
card?
Yeah, he took it from me. I had already given it to him.
Okay.
He goes, I can't give this back to you now. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, no tolerance, zero tolerance. That's what your country said. Like, he's rubbing it in my face.
What?
Yeah, that I'm American. And
Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance. Sorry. You don't know the rules.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah. I don't know why we're in Australia all of a sudden. But yeah, so this dude gave me a hard time for about 10 minutes. And I go like, and finally I was done with it. I'm like, okay, well, what do we do now?
Yeah, where
you
do
want me
I-
to get out of this line and go back over the other line, or I know you're gonna
With all the
gonna keep
muggles.
that. Yeah, exactly.
That's what we call people who don't do comedy.
Right.
They don't have
Mogul
magical
like
power.
from Harry Potter.
Yeah,
So I was like, well, let's just move forward. What now? Am I going to jail? Or are you gonna just do something? Stop berating me
going
for 10
to the
minutes.
clink.
Yeah.
That's what they call jail in
he goes.
London.
He goes like, well, all right, I'll let you through this time, but next time you gotta know. So after 10 minutes of him saying zero tolerance, I so bad want to go like, so just one tolerance, except for this time.
Not
That's not 100% zero
not
tolerance.
so much zero
Yeah.
as
So he let me through, but then now I was worried I'm on some list, you know.
Oh, you're definitely on a list.
He typed something in, and
I don't know if it's like a no entry list.
Well,
but
when I went to
it's-
Canada, it was fine. So
It's probably just like a hooked on phonics list.
I'm on lists out there.
I'm sure you're on lists.
Yeah, before this. Well, speaking of lists, I wonder what my mom thinks.
Did you ever have a list growing up? Just kidding. Like a,
A lisp?
lisp.
Yes, I had a football coach, assistant coach, who had a lisp, and it was hilarious because he's supposed to be this big macho leader, and he was always he was the guy that worked with the cornerbacks, you know,
Okay.
and he'd be like, all right, guys, listen, it's gonna be a tough game. I would need to keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel, always 360.
Stop.
He would say 360 and swivel, and no one could keep a straight face. And we were 0-10 that year. We lost every game
You're
we
a
played.
0-10.
0-10. We lost everything. Sorry, Coach. God, what was his last name? I forgot his name now. Anyway,
Bithel.
Coach Lisp. Should we do my mom?
Yeah. I mean, should we call your
Call,
mom?
that's what I meant.
Yes. So for those of you who don't know,
This is a new segment. Well, it's not new. It's a segment we do called.
Betty Boo's movie reviews.
That's right.
Movie reviews.
Movie reviews. And my mother goes every Tuesday to watch movies with my dad.
Uh-huh.
And they
David.
David and Betty Reap. They go to the matinee. It's cheaper, and
the
you
Sim.
get free refills of popcorn.
Uh-huh.
They
Because
take
they
the
bring their
tub,
own bucket.
bring your own
Which we
bucket.
found out.
Free refills.
Uh-huh.
And so I want to get my mom's take on some movies. So let's call her.
Let's call her and
See
see what they went to see.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh man, I'm hoping she answers.
Yeah.
She probably doesn't know this number. She's like, I ain't answering.
Hello.
Hey,
She
Mama.
did answer.
Hey.
What's happening?
Not much. Just cleaning out the dishwasher.
Nice.
Oh, was it full? How often do you have to load the dishwasher?
Well, David beats me to washing, so not very often.
He's pretty good. He's
He
pretty
does
good.
the washing.
He's a clean guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he's very, likes to keep things in order and
likes,
clean,
likes
nice
to
and
do
tidy.
the dishes.
Yeah, he helps out. So, Mama,
Yes.
I heard you went to the movies today.
Yes, we did.
The
And
boovies.
The movies. What did you see?
Today we saw Baby Driver.
Oh,
I don't know anything about
I've seen this one.
You've already seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, Mom.
What'd you think?
What's it about?
Well, I want to know what she thought first.
I don't even know what
Well,
it's about.
Well, I liked it. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, because
Yeah. Well, it started sad and it ended sad. But no, it didn't end sad. I like the way. I'm glad they got together
All
okay,
right.
okay.
because he was not a bad.
Spoiler alert, and just for people, I forgot to mention this.
Yeah.
Sometimes people haven't seen the film and we don't want to give everything away. But just so you know, if you haven't seen it,
Miss Betty's gonna tell you everything that happens.
you're gonna get everything. And that's fine. That's what we want.
That is what we want.
Now, can you at least tell me what it's about first before you?
Well, it's about this young boy who his parents were driving and arguing. He was in the back seat, and he was kind of abusive to his wife, and they ran into a big semi truck, and both the mom and dad were killed, and he was orphaned. He looked to be back in his when he was doing the flashbacks, about 10 or 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow or another, he ended up with a black man, and he was his foster dad.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I didn't know what you meant.
Somewhere
Okay.
along the way, the man, I don't know whether he was deaf the whole time or if he went deaf, but he taught this young boy how to do sign language and how to read lips. And
Baby, that's the boy's name, right? Baby.
Yeah, Baby was his boy. His mother nicknamed him Baby.
Mm-hmm.
And the accident left him with a severe case of tinnitus.
Tinnitus. Yeah. So bad, you can't hear, right?
Almost as bad as
It's like-
11itis.
It's like,
Yes.
yeah, lemonitis is way worse than tinnitus. But it's like a ringing in the ear, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was obsessed with different kinds of iPods that had all kinds of music on it. You never saw him in the movie without his earbuds,
Mm-hmm.
sunglasses, and some type of music going on all the time to drown out all that ringing in the ear.
Uh-huh.
But somewhere along the way, he got into trouble, stole a car, and he just happened to steal it from a crime boss they called Doc. Doc. His name was Kevin. Well, his real name's Kevin. Kevin Spacey.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just a real bad dude. And he had been driving for Kevin. He was a daredevil driver. He could
Stunt driver.
turn stunt driver, and he could get out of more messes and get away from police cars and all kinds of traffic. And he'd been driving for him for years.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And he was doing that as payback for stealing his car years earlier. He'd been driving for him for about 10 years, and he was wanting out. And so Doc said, okay, you'll be all paid up this next bank heist. But before they went on the bank heist, he went into a diner, and he met a waitress in there called Deborah, and it was sort of like a love at first sight. And he had to go on that next bank heist, and he met different criminals throughout the 10 years, and one of the last ones was Jamie Foxx.
Oh, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
Oh.
John Hamm.
Okay.
John Hamm and Elsa somebody.
Well, see, I didn't even know these guys were in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's just
Actually,
like a big
the
names
part
in this.
that John Hamm plays was written only for John Hamm.
No kidding.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I thought he would never die in this movie.
Yeah, he was a bad guy.
Oh boy.
Yes, and Jamie Foxx was pretty. They called him Bats because he was bat crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and he would kill anybody that looked at him wrong.
Is this brand new? Like, I
It's
mean,
been out for a couple weeks.
okay, I gotta look this one
Yeah,
up.
it came out June 28th, I think.
All right.
It's Edgar Wright. He did like Shaun of the Dead and
Oh, okay.
man,
It's not a
Hot
It's not a
Fuzz.
comedy though. No, it's not a comedy.
no, it's like a comedy action
Gotcha.
thriller.
All
But
right.
it's all set to music and choreographed. So everything's
Oh.
choreographed
Yeah.
to the music.
Oh yes, he would sit out in the car with his earbuds on and turn on some type of whatever kind of mood he was in. He had different colored iPods and different recordings of all kinds of music, and he knew every person that he played. He knew the recorder and all this stuff. And this waitress Deborah that he met when he first went in there, she came by him and was singing a song called Baby.
Mm-hmm.
And
He goes, "Hey, that's me."
he,
Mhm.
so they struck it off, and as time went on, there's lots of killing, a lot of bank robberies and
Murders.
he gets
He's the getaway driver.
Okay.
yes, and he is so good.
John
Mhm.
Hamm.
He's no baby.
Who plays Baby? The actor.
Oh,
Is it someone we know?
Ansel
El
Ansel
Gore.
Elgort.
El Gore.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay. Okay. So Baby agrees to do this one last what he thinks is his one last heist.
Yeah.
Or being the getaway driver, and he and Baby were gonna run away
Mhm.
and just be out of all this because he was really a good guy. This black man.
The foster father.
Yeah, he promised him that he would get out of this
Yeah.
one of these days, and he would always take care of him.
Uh-huh.
So after what he thought was his last heist, Doc,
Kevin
Gets in touch-
Spacey.
Kevin gets in touch with him again, and he said, "You thought we were done?" He said, "Yes," and he said, "You're paid up, but that doesn't mean we're done."
Oh.
He said, "You're my good luck charm."
Oh, it pulls him back in just when he thinks he's out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
And
man.
now he wants to rob the post office
He
and
needs
get a
some
bunch
stamps.
of blank
Money orders.
money orders.
Right.
Yeah.
boxes and boxes of them.
Yep.
So he's sitting in the car waiting for John Hamm and Elsa and Jamie Foxx to come out, and he sees this the lady that waited on him when he went in to check out the post office to see how many they had working there and how many cameras and everything. He saw her coming in to go to work, and he, with his eyes and the way he looked, motioned for her not to go in.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of running away, which she did, but she ran and got police.
Uh-oh.
Just as Jamie and them were coming out, and then there was a bunch of gunfire and everything, and
Yeah.
he gets Jamie Foxx killed by running smack dab into a construction truck that was parked right behind the post office and had a big long
Wow.
log sticking out, and
Yeah.
and it ran through Jamie Foxx.
Ew.
Well, John Hamm and his girlfriend get away, and Baby is going to go and get his his foster dad, and all the money he was each person when they did a heist, they got a bag full of money.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin Spacey made everybody think that Baby got one too, but when he actually took him to the car, he gave him one stack of the money, and he kept his bag as payment for his car. And he'd been
Wow.
going on for years, but the payment that he got, he would stick it in a crack in the floor of his run-down apartment.
Okay.
So he went to get his foster dad, got all the money, stuffed it in his foster dad's clothes,
Yeah.
and took him to a nursing home
Oh.
with an iPod
Yeah.
that explains who he was, what was wrong with him, his likes and dislikes, and
Oh.
all this money to pay for his room and board.
Yeah,
Oh,
Baby's
that's
a good guy.
interesting. That's
Baby's
pretty
a good
cool.
boy.
Yes.
So did you
And
like
then
it?
and then he goes to the diner to get Deborah, and they were going to run off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the bad guy, John Hamm, was there.
Ah,
Yep.
old John
And
Hamm.
so a policeman comes in, and they thought they were goners, but he wanted the key to go to the bathroom. And while the policeman was in the bathroom,
Yeah.
John and Baby had it out, and they thought the bad guy was dead.
Uh-huh.
And we thought that the policeman had come out and arrested him. So him and Baby are on their way. I mean, him and Deborah are on their way out when John Hamm catches up with them.
Yeah.
And you know how he forced him off of a. What is that?
Oh, that was me
Oh, she's
pouring
pouring
water.
We're yeah.
He
Don't-
forced
Mhm.
John Hamm's car off the parking deck.
Oh no.
And then they're on their way out of town, and they're driving along, and he had fell asleep, and she was driving, and he woke up, and he said, "What are you doing?" She said, and then she started singing that song.
Baby, the song "Baby" from earlier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, callback.
And then
Oh.
there is that.
This is the first 10 minutes of the movie. Well, Mom, let's get to the end here because we're going a little long.
Okay.
Let me just ask
right,
you if
there's
you
a road-
liked it.
Yes, I did. There's a roadblock.
Okay.
And instead of drawing Deborah into this, he gets out of the car and surrenders, and he's sentenced to 20 to 25 years in prison. And while he was there, different people spoke up for him, the black man and the lady at the bank and another lady that he stole the car from, and he gave her her pocketbook back.
Mm-hmm.
And so he got out in 5 years on good behavior. And when he walked out of the prison, there she was in a new car, and off they go.
Oh, yeah, happy ending. That's
And-
good.
Let me ask you, Betty.
All right.
Yeah.
Was John a good driver when he was growing up?
Me?
I'm asking her, John.
Oh, I thought
don't
you.
want-
Well, there's John Hamm in there too.
I'm sorry. I would like to know if Baby John
Me.
Reap
Right.
was it.
Well, he was on his best behavior when I was with him, so I really can't answer that other than what people have told me.
Now, did he get any speeding tickets or
Oh,
he getting any?
yes,
Oh yeah.
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 yes.
Well, you should tell Sarah that time Jason almost totaled my car by playing with the gear shift and it backed into the neighbor's yard.
Yeah. Jonathan had his driver's license first, and so Jason would get ready first, and he'd go out and start John's car.
In the wintertime, get it warm.
Okay.
Mhm.
While he was waiting on John, he was playing with the gears and it.
Yeah, he's sitting in the passenger side.
Jason, your brother.
My brother, with the
Okay.
car started. And
And then-
it's an
and the-
automatic
and it-
gear shift. And
What?
he'd go from, it's automatic gear shift. So he'd
Okay.
just take it from park, put it in reverse, go to bar real fast. And he's
and
sitting with
he
it,
knocked
there's no
it-
brakes
he
or
knocked
anything.
it out.
Yeah,
He knocked it out of park, and it started rolling
Oh God.
down the yard.
down our driveway,
Oh.
down the
Jason-
neighbor's yard.
Jason panics, and my neighbor who was watching this was panicking too. She said Jason jumped out of the car and got behind
Tried
it
to,
and
like,
tried to
hold it.
stop
And he slid and fell. It almost ran over him.
it.
Oh.
But it lands in the next door. Well, after it took down a small tree, it lands on the retainer wall of our next door neighbor's house,
Yeah,
and
so
it was
it's,
just
it's
tilted there.
literally doing like a teeter-totter like this,
Oh
and it's
my
still running.
gosh.
Yeah, but that was an example of how Jason can't drive in the passenger seat.
Yeah. Now, who taught you to drive, John? Did your mom or your dad?
Dad, yeah, I mean, I guess. Well, actually, we just took driver's ed. I mean, but there were times when Dad let me sit on his lap, where I pretend to
holding the
drive.
wheel?
Yeah, so we did some of that. That was fun. Well, so you did like the movie. Do you give it? How's the system? We're doing.
Yeah. How many thumbs?
How
do
we
you
doing?
give it?
Fingers or thumbs? I forgot how we're doing
No,
this.
Betty.
I'm gonna be. It's 2 thumbs up.
Oh, out of 10?
Right. It's like we're going.
okay.
Remember, you
I'll
said 5 thumbs up, 5 thumbs down last time.
Right. We're
Okay,
pretending you have like.
10 thumbs. All right, I'll give it 10 thumbs up.
Oh,
10
look
thumbs
at
up.
that.
All right. Now I have to watch
Wow.
this movie.
Yeah, Baby Driver, 10 thumbs up from
Baby
Miss
Driver?
Betty.
That's the name of
Woo!
it? Baby Driver?
Baby Driver.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And he was a cutie.
Oh! Well. Now we really get the story, don't we, John?
Did we get some did we get some free popcorn today?
Yes, we did, and a free drink.
You remembered your bucket.
Yep, of course.
No, I didn't take the bucket because I knew I had a free popcorn and a free drink coming, and AMC has bought out what it was.
A Regal.
Yeah. How's Dad's eyes? He just had surgery.
His eyes are doing well.
Is he feeling okay?
Yeah, he's doing good.
So he went to see a movie?
Well, no, he had eye surgery.
And he can still, okay.
But I guess he could see the
3
movies.
weeks ago.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago. So I guess he's healed up.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
That was very detailed and very good and very thorough. I feel like I was already seeing the movie.
Well, I know I left a lot out, but
I don't know if you did. But thank you so much. I'm going to call you here in a minute when we
You're
get
the
done.
best.
And I love you, and we will talk to you later.
okay, love you too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
I love her so much.
I know.
She's so. How can you not love that?
I mean, literally.
Does your
How
mom
does
sound
your-
like that?
Mm-mm.
No, she doesn't have a thick accent.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, she just every detail. I'm glad I saw it because I was like, I could kind of help this a lot.
And at the end, she's like, I think I left a lot out.
A lot
I'm
out.
like, how?
I'm like 15
How's
minutes
that possible?
of a movie review. No,
it's very
Edgar Wright
detailed.
is an incredible director, and like the very first scene in that movie is one shot. It's like 5 minutes, and it's all choreographed to a song. So
Ooh.
the entire stunt scene is
Kinda like-
choreographed to one song and one shot.
Didn't La La Land do some of that as well? I think they had it like
I don't
all
remember.
one take. There was at least one dance scene they did that at. Well, that's amazing. I have to go check
Yeah,
that out. now.
it was.
I like
is
John
a-
Hamm.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, you do.
who else was in there? I forgot the actor's name. Oh,
Jamie Foxx is in
Jamie
there.
Foxx
Kevin
and
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
All right, I like all three of those guys.
Yeah, they're all pretty good. They've done good things.
Wow, that's amazing.
So
do we-
now it's time for hometown news.
hometown news. You want to go first, or should I go?
Ooh, I don't know.
I felt like I took up some segment with Mama, so maybe you should
Yeah, I'll
go.
go first.
Okay,
So this, I'm from Calhoun, Georgia. If you guys don't know,
that's where Sarah's from.
so this actually happened just outside of my hometown in Fort Oglethorpe. A woman was arrested on multiple drug charges during a Fort Oglethorpe police traffic stop that stemmed from a faulty vehicle registration. Ain't that the
They'll
worst?
get
When
you.
like people they just pull you over because they're
For
like,
that.
your license plate doesn't
Yeah.
look right.
Yeah, something about you. I just
Something
sensed it.
about you that I don't.
Turns out I
get.
was right.
Turns
Yeah,
out,
Yeah.
police report that Leslie.
I feel like if you're gonna have drugs, maybe make sure that your license
Did you-
plate's all
we had
in
that.
order.
There used to be this thing on the freeway near me that you know how they'll tell you like DUI checkpoint ahead.
Right.
So they had these signs on the road that was like drug checkpoint ahead, exit now.
Uh-huh.
If to detour, and people would exit, and then that's
then
where
they
the
get pulled
checkpoint
over.
was.
Oh,
Yeah, they
that's
would just get
hilarious.
all these idiots
What?
on drugs because they'd be
That
like
sounds
exit
like
now before the
entrapment.
checkpoint.
Oh wow, that's
Oh man,
crazy.
you think the South is dumb, and then you hear shit like that.
Yeah,
and you're like,
gotcha.
wow. Police report that Leslie S. Gilliard, 20 years old.
Oh boy.
20.
And will she have Coke?
This is what she looks like, by the way. She looks like
Oh, I know. You know. Whew.
Ed Sheeran.
Yes. That's exactly. I want you
This
to
looks
picture
like
Ed
if
Sheeran.
you and Ed
Yeah.
Sheeran had a baby, John. This is
a
what
baby girl.
Leslie S.
That's
Gilliard.
we name her Leslie Gilliard.
Mm-hmm. 54 Pinto Lane in Ringgold. That's the street she grew up on. Charged with possession. They pulled over a 1977 Chevy Nova.
Oh.
Wow. Traveling along Cloud Springs Road. I mean, this is very detailed. Like, you could literally go to their house. Just before 1 a.m. because he was unable to see the tag validation.
Oh, so yeah, that's a little.
While interviewing the driver, Cannon reports seeing a glass pipe extruding from the bra of Gilliard,
Ooh.
who was in the passenger seat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
A
where you.
pipe
That's where you always put your pipe
extruding-
in your bras.
Is there another place to put it? I mean, when you're 20 years old,
In your fanny.
you don't even need a bra when you're 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Like,
they're just up there anyway.
like you're so lucky at 20 years old to have the perkiness that you have.
Well, especially if you're going to be exposing, showing your cleavage. Would you want that
At
there?
that point, like wearing a bra, you're like, this is just a pocket.
It's almost like she wanted you to see the pipe.
you know,
Look at
remember
my
how
beautiful
like,
20-year-old breast. Oh, by the way, there's a crack pipe.
remember when people would have like put their pager on their tank top instead of their belt
so
loop,
you
where you're
could
like, you just want everybody to know you
Yeah,
have a
I got a
pager.
pager.
Is that what she was doing?
Yeah.
I remember my mom one time was helping me clean out my apartment I was moving, and she opened up this someone had given me a gift, like a martini shaker,
Yeah.
and I was just like, cool, and I just threw it down. Well, apparently inside the martini shaker was a marijuana pipe,
Oh no.
and
You didn't know?
I don't know. I don't
Right.
even. I don't really use
Oh,
that
yeah, shaker
ever. Like
or-
I've used it like 3 times in my life.
Yeah.
And my mom goes, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "What is it? What happened?" She goes, "I just found a crack pipe."
Any pipe that's
First of all-
glass is now a crack pipe.
First of all, do you think that I smoke crack? I mean, do I look like somebody?
Right.
And
I
also-
snort it.
Yeah. The first drug you think of that I use is crack.
Right.
I
She went
mean-
straight to crack.
Smoking crack. I don't even know how to do that. Okay.
Yeah. So she
Sitting
put
from
this
the
pipe in her bra.
She was in the past. During questioning, Gilliard was found to also have crack cocaine in her bra.
Oh boy.
Officers also found methamphetamine in Gilliard's purse.
Boy.
Uh,
And she got a ticket for her registration not being able to be
Also-
seen. That's a
you got a tail light
yeah,
out.
Yeah.
You're going to jail. So anyway, that's pretty. She was. The driver was released with a warning, but Gilliard was transported to jail.
Have you ever had a problem like that where you get pulled over and someone in your car is causing the problem? Like,
Ugh.
so you get pulled over for a registration, but your other friend like mouths off or
Yeah.
does something stupid. That's the worst.
That's you.
No, that's my buddy Chad Bowman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And when I was in community college, my dad worked at a Goodyear, so I gave him my car to get serviced. So he gave me his company car to have in the meantime. So I'm driving around in a car that says Goodyear on the side of it. Now, at community college, me and my buddies would go to the mall for lunch.
By the way, I just can't imagine you not in a car that says Goodyear on the
I
side.
know. I should always be in a car that says Goodyear on the side. So we're coming back from the mall after lunch in this car that says Goodyear on the side of it. And my buddy Chad had saved this little jalapeno from his salad. And he wanted to throw it at somebody. Okay.
Which is what you do when you have a
Apparently.
jalapeno that you haven't used.
Don't like it?
Was it a whole
tossing
one or one of those sliced pickled ones?
It was a whole one.
like a whole.
It was a whole one like you get it like a Papa John's, you know.
Like a peppercini,
yeah,
like the yellow one.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, it was a pepperoni.
Yeah, my bad.
Huge difference.
I don't know.
Okay.
Pepper's a pepper to me. They're all the same.
I don't eat it. It's hot.
Honestly, it hurts my esophagus. So we're sitting there, and Chad goes, "What just?" And he just throws this pepper in this old lady's car, and on the windshield, and she had to swerve and whatever. And he's like laughing, like it was stupid little vandals. Well, what we didn't know, there's a undercover cop right behind her.
Undercover.
Yeah, like it was actually not even cops. They're like FBI or CIA or
Wearing a
some
Hawaiian
other
shirt.
branch.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they saw something go down, and now the light's up on the dash, and we're getting pulled over, right? So now I'm getting pulled over. These guys they come up to the car with their hands on their guns, and there's 4 guys in this car, and Chad's still laughing. I'm like, you fucking, this is my dad's company car.
Right.
You know, like I'm yelling at him, you know. And he comes up and he goes, "Who threw that jalapeno pepper out the window?" Like he's screaming at my buddy Chad. And I'm like, we're all pointing at Chad. He's like, "I did it." And then got other cops that's cussing at me like, "How smart would it be to be in your dad's company car and have a guy through it?" I was like, "Not very smart, sir.
Not
I
at
agree
all.
with you. This is dumb. I didn't do it. And blah blah blah. Please don't call my dad." And so they made Chad get out and go sit in the car, and they write Chad a ticket, and basically just give him a littering ticket. Now he's coming back from that squad car, undercover car, to my car with the Goodyear on the side of it, and it's a windy day, and the wind just blew the ticket out of his hand.
No.
He just got a ticket for littering, and then now it looks like he's littering
looks like-
again with the ticket, and he's literally chasing this ticket through the field, and they get close to it, the wind would happen again. They have like 4 times in a row, but I could relate. It's not a crack pipe in a bra. But it was a weird. And then my dad found out later. Like they called my dad's boss, and then I got in trouble.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Chad Bullman. Next time, have a crack pipe in your bra.
I've never gotten out of a ticket.
No, I've gotten out so many tickets.
See, I've never. I just don't even like. They pull me over and I go, I know. I don't even say anything.
Yeah.
I just go, give it to me. I just feel like that's gonna just. Like,
Is it just
whatever
speeding though? You're running a light or?
No. Once I got a ticket here for having my phone in my hand. I
Oh,
wasn't on
God.
my phone, but I had it in my hand. You're not allowed to have it in
That's
your hand.
dumb.
So that was like $150.
Ugh.
And I've gotten to,
I've never gotten out of one in California. Now, in the rest of the country, I've gotten out of 2 in one day for speeding tickets. I swear to God. So my dad used to be a cop.
no wonder you let Shannon drive in London.
I've got a better track record, though. But I just wasn't taking any chances in another country.
Uh-huh.
But when I started doing the road full time, we got to wrap this up because we're at 45, but I'll tell this real fast. So my dad, when he knew I was going to be traveling all over the country doing stand-up as a feature act or whatever, he goes, well, you're going to get pulled over because I know you're going to speed, so I'm going to help you out. I'm going to get this little cop sticker, this little thing I support cops sort of thing. You're going to put that in the window, okay?
Uh-huh.
And so then he also gave me his old deputy sheriff jacket, hung it in the back of the car. So that means when I get pulled over, they're going to walk up, they're going to see the jacket,
Ooh.
and they're going to see the sticker. And the first thing they're going to say is like, are you law enforcement? Or something like that, right?
Uh-huh.
I got pulled over twice in one day, and because of that, got 0
No.
tickets. Yeah.
Ugh.
Once in South Carolina, a guy walks up, he's like, oh, you law enforcement? I go, huh? What are you talking about? Oh, the jacket. Oh, no, that's my dad. My dad's a police officer in Catawba County, North. He's like, well, slow it down. Like that. And the next state happened again in Georgia. So anyway, there's white privilege for you, everybody.
I want you to read yours. I know we can go over. There's
Yeah.
no rules here.
Okay.
People can turn this off whenever they
That's
want.
true. We're not going to go 5 hours or anything, but
No,
got-
just 4.
do you want to?
No, that was it. That was the end of my story. That was the end of my report.
Well, I like it. We'll save mine for another episode then.
You want to save it?
We'll save it because we're already at 46.
All
I
right.
say why not? You know, that's more content for later. Don't want to burn it all in one episode.
We are so lazy.
Thank you all for listening to another
are
episode of Fried right here
the
on the All
worst.
Things Comedy Network. We're new here. We hope you like us. Get in touch with us on the internet. We're easy to find. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. We're on it.
Yeah, John has no H. I have an H.
Yeah, JONREEP at all those things. And
Sarah
Sarah's,
with an H.
yeah,
and
Tiana
Tiana with a Tiana.
Tiana. So thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bicycle.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.